Hey everyone, Wishichu here. Another episode of Captain of Industry Update 3. Last week we doubled our food production, we doubled our copper production, we doubled our steel production, and we upgraded all of manufacturing, and we started mining sand and salt in preparation for today. Today we are going to hopefully get some bigger trucks, bigger diggies, and to do that we need some glass. To do that we need some acid, and to get some acid we need to process our sour water instead of just throwing it in the ocean. In between weeks we finished clearing off the trees. The trees are all done. All these are level 2. Don't know if we're going to add any more. We've got 21,000 wood stored up. We're going to use it, that's not a problem. But I don't really want to finish up here just yet. And we did flatten out just a little bit extra area here for some of our glass smelters. One other thing that we did also have happen is we ran out of people, so we're going to have to turn that on. Now, so first step is going to be we need to start processing our sour water into sulfur. Now, this can take quite a bit, so I have been setting up blueprints on our creative world just to try and speed this up a bit. And what I'll do is we will share the blueprints that we use in each episode. So for this one we're going to use the oil module. We need to place the initial one down first, that way. Yes, so what that will do is just give us all those extra pipes. And then from there, now all we have to do is, if we overlap that one, so that's 2 modules, 3 modules, and then we'll have 4 modules. Now we just want to come down to here and plug all of these in like so. Now the reason why I go with 4 modules is for the let me grab that one, which is our sour water, and we can cut the end of that oil off. Oh, the other thing that finished is our oil pumps, so we can get rid of him, and that's empty as well, so we can also get rid of that. That one I want to get rid of, just go, because it's going to be in the way for our sour water module. So the sour water module we can plugs straight in there, and this is enough sour water to do all 8 of the 4 modules, and then doubled. So we can export, we can import sour water. This one we'll just plug straight into there, so the water will come back out and then prioritize back into the system. And if it can't go back in the system, it'll go off and join the rest of the water up the end. Now we will need some sour water to come out and sour water to come in. Now the problem we're going to have here is our water here. Now I think we're just going to bring him right back to there. So we can get rid of that. And then please build that for me. Like so, and Unity the pipe. Now we can get down. So this is going to be sulfur from the water strippers. Into there. And then up. Okay, so that will give us a place for our sulfur to be exported from, and a place for any sulfur in the map to be imported to. Now the next piece of this puzzle is our fertilizer module. So the fertilizer module he plugs in to that balancer. Yes, he plugs into that balancer. And this will give us, so we'll have organic fertilizer stored here. That'll be organic fertilizer. You can import. And you will be fertilizer 1. Okay, so that gives us a spot for organic fertilizer to come in. And fertilizer 1 to come out. Now the next piece for this puzzle, which is the final piece, is what do we do when we have far too much far too much sulfur. So this module will combine limestone with sulfur and turn it into slag. Now that should be almost everything. The only thing we want to do is do we want to use level 2s? We'll just use level 1s. We are going to want our fertilizer 2 and you fertilizer 2. That one can go away. That's not what I wanted. Let's bring him to there. Like so. Now, so for sulfur, we are going to first of all come back to our steam and sour water pipes. All the way through. to there, and then this one and this one. And then we're going to need ammonia to come out into there and water to come out into there. Now the ammonia will go into this balancer, which will flare off at that point, and sulfur will come out into this balancer and all the way through into this bucket bringing it all the way back if needed. Like, 'cause once we start doing exhaust scrubbing, that'll give us that extra little bit there. That will give us our, so one of those is enough for 2 of these, so that's perfect there. Now the next, we don't have the organic fertilizer yet. Do we have all of the, we do. So you're going to come out of there, into there, into there. Now you will need one of our air separators into there, and then we'll just plug this guy so he's plugged in and ready there. Then we come out of that chemical plant and go all the way down to this tank and then back in, and we'll go into the last machine here, which will come out and there with limestone all the way to the end, and the fertilizer too. Into those. Okay, and then after all of that's done, the final step is into that mixer there. Now, why did you do that? Just go to there. And build that. Okay, now we can take this guy. Flip him that way. Perfect. And you can go back the other way as well, which means we can get rid of the dump and once this runs dry, it's nearly gone, nearly gone, nearly gone. Come on. There it goes. Okay, now we can get rid of that pipe. So we're not dumping sour water into the ocean anymore. You're coming out and the sulfur will get stored up here. Okay, so the next step on the list is we need to swap him over to this recipe. We're gonna like so. Are your friends? How are we for people? We've still got 54. I still don't think that's going to be enough. So let's just unpause another one. Alright, so coal can't keep up anymore. Iron's not keeping up, and copper's having troubles as well. So let's grab 5 more and 10 more. Okay. First off the rack is going to be if we run him there. Like so. And then you can come out to there. No, you can go up to 5. You'll go to there. And then there. And then there. And we'll pause this one for now. We will get our loose storage and request some sulfur. Fill right up. Now you can unpause, 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 and unpause. Okay. So this will get sulfur into the mix. You need to import from the limestone mine. Perfect. Okay, and then we need to... Mixer has no recipe selected. Well, that's not very handy, is it? Okay, now he's got a recipe selected. We might end up having to flatten out some of this at the back. But the next one we want to look at now is our... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The glass smelter Mark 1. So yeah, see that that didn't quite paste. So what we want to do is just a few spots right there. All right, so we'll let them go. Let's have a look how is... Yeah, so this is like we've already looked how much fertilizer one we've already got. That's good. You haven't burnt anything yet, and the sulfur won't start getting converted to fertilizer 2 until this bucket fills. Now the other advantage with getting sulfur going is we're going to be able to eventually swap this to this recipe. So it'll use more diesel. Won't use any coal, but it will make us more rubber and won't make any wastewater. All of which are like, I mean, it's great, right? Like that's that's what we want. Alright, while that's working its thing out, let's go. You're not going to be needed. Let's grab you. And we're going to look at plugging him in here. You'll be swapped to this or this. Preferably the one with the acid first, because it uses a little bit less sand, a little bit less limestone. Now you're making it, which is great. So the next now I'm gonna pause is this one, and I'm gonna unpause this one. And you're going to have to come out. Why? So you can go to there, and then there, and then drop into there. Okay, and then you can come out of there into there. Means we don't need that one. But we will need to bring coal in, and slag will have to come out. Okay, so we can build this. We can get this one built, this one, this one, this one, and then with outbound into our glass maker, and then into 2 glass boxes. Glass, and we get us in import, export, import. Okay, they can get built. Oops, and we'll need that one as well. Then we'll need sand, salt, limestone. So 1, 2, and 3. You can be salt all the way. You can be sand all the way, and you can be limestone, which we can copy from that one and paste there, because he'll get that perfect. And then you get an import route from the sand mine, and that should be everything that we need. Okay, and this one can go away. That'll be everything that we need for glass. holes in there. You've got sand coming, you've got limestone coming. Why do we not have any salt coming? There we go. And you've got salt coming. Perfect. Alright, now let's see. Go down to our coal, add 2 and add 4. Let's go to iron, add, and add 1 for now and get him up to 8. So what are you waiting on? Construction parts. Alright, well, that's fine. Alright, the wreckers are done. Let's get them. Let's actually just get them working on flattening this whole area now. Alright, excellent. There comes our molten glass. And then out comes the glass. Okay, so that should effectively give us everything that we need for vehicle parts 2, which is the yellow ones. We can add them on. There, vehicle parts 2, leave them at the bottom. And we can go to this one. Now where do you plug in? You're... Okay, so rubber will be trucked in. Diesel will be trucked in for now. Then we need steel and glass to come in on this line, and we need mechanical parts and electronics to come in on this line. Alright, so if I go there, and then we get our flat balancer in there, let's just build him and always make sure it goes this way. That will ensure... Why do you have nowhere to dump products? All rock. Export to there, and there. There we go. All right. So we could bring this down a little bit more. I mean, it doesn't really matter. All right. So the next one we're going to want to do is look at where is the steel coming from. No, let's do mechanical components first. Have them come to there. And then Will you go to 1? No. If you go to 2, and then into 1, and then we can grab from 5. Yep. And then we need to, so glass needs to come in on the bottom here. So if I get so if we grab steel from here, there, and then have him come to one more. Now, did I want steel on the bottom or the top? Top one I want steel on. So we just go there. That brings steel all the way through. Yep, that's perfect. But then we need to get glass to level 2 and maybe down here. Actually, let me just go to there. Whoa, 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 whoa. So into there, and then we get you to this spot. And now you can just follow along to here. And then eventually into there. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I think so. You'll import, you'll import, you'll import. And then it's just a matter of, yeah, all the stuff needs to build. We can unpause all of them. How goes our current construction? We need to add one of you and come to copper and add 1 and 1. Now, this is already full, which is great. We're starting to get some sulfur backing up here, which is also great. That means we can look at bringing rubber over. Alright, let's just make sure all of this goes the way that it's supposed to. You will add one. You're coming in. I don't like that. Is that because... yeah, we're out of rubber. Okay. Whoop, we missed a belt. I hope this one's not set to not export. No, that's set to export. Okay, what we need to see is the glass coming in as well. Oh, here it comes. Oh, who are you? You're coal. Alright, there we go. Now we can see our vehicle parts 2 are being manufactured. This is good. This is great. So we can now go to our upgrades and set vehicle depot 2, unassigned pickups, unassigned to trucks. Do I want to do them all? Yeah, I do. So we get our main fleet upgraded to the level 2 trucks first, and then we can start upgrading our mining operations and all the rest of those goodies. And we are going to see it. At least one. On. Oh, he's fully made. He's fully made. Just gonna hide and fog. He goes. And out he comes. That gets us our first big truck. That's a big one. That's a big one. Now we need to sort this out. Although, I feel like that's about to sort itself out. Hopefully before we run out of coal. Okay, now the next one we should be looking at is upgrading this one. Now the reason why I want to upgrade this, we just get it done. We'll get a bigger ship to start with, but also we'll have a bigger buffer on site, and I can fix this up. And then we might have to set up our rubber. Alright, so that's done. Can you both get upgraded? Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to get rid of that, and from there, with a couple of them, and okay, like so, and you're in, and out. Perfect. All right. They're both running fine. Now, how goes? Two left there. Now, the next big milestone for us will be our modular labs. So you can see, what lab do I actually have? We can go to the level 2, which probably will. It's worth it. Is this one here. Alright, so if I set this up sort of down this way. Now the reason why I want to do it down here is labs, funnily enough, mechanical and electronics with a bit of glass, and we have mechanical components here which we can just run straight down into there, and we have electronics, and then we can just run the glass around yeah, just run it straight around the back. Now I will have to come in so that we can still access that box. Like so. Now this will give us, we have enough people, we might need another house for this. But we're still not even using all of our food yet. Oh, this is going to take up. I'd really rather not. But we can get some more farms going up the top or even up the back here if we need to. Yeah, it's only one farm. We'll be alright. So, unpausing all of this. So 24 and 24. We'll do it like that. Yeah, so these guys use 12 and 12. These guys make 12 and 12. And this guy uses 12 and 12. And this guy makes 24. Now these, we can pause one. Now where do I want to bring the water in from? Probably just right behind it. If we go to there, that'll get us our water plugged in. We need to bring him in from there. Find only. And we need our limestone. Come from the limestone mine. You're on full import, you're on full import. And you can export just until we get these built. That belt paused. Okay, so you can pause, pause, and then we can just finish building. Alright, and that'll give us just to the next level of lab. Just in time. We've only got 5 left to research out of this slot, and we can now get rid of that vehicle depot. Oh, whoops. Okay, so you need to be there. Alright, that'll give us glass. which will at least give us so we've got the paper coming in. Here comes the glass now. Okay, so you need to have 24 on you. There we go. And how is our upgrades going? We've got 9 done. Look at them. Big trucks. 15. Alright, there's 1 done. Okay, and then we can unpause this one. And we can come to this now and get rid of all that. There we go. Alright. So today, what we have achieved, we've got our water stripping running with some fertilizer in the background, building up a little bit of sulfur. We got acid, changed the copper recipe, moved into making some glass. Our electronics have completely died. Ooh, okay, that's going to be what we're looking at first up next week. Which looks like a coal problem. It's probably just the belt. Like, what have we got? 12, 24, 36, 48. You know, it should be fine. We've got level 2 vehicles going. We've got belt fed science that's upgradable. So just stamp the new blueprints down now every time, and that'll keep going. Gotten rid of some more junk out of there. Yeah, so we're also working on bigger vehicles. So now next up, for next week, we'll probably continue on the expansion and consolidation run. First step will be moving our rubber production over to the back end to take that away from coal consumption, and then we'll probably add a dedicated steel smelter, so we can swap this over to iron as a priority. I'll have a look and see if copper's an issue. We may need to look at adding in a second copper smelter as well. Between weeks, all I'm going to do is just watch the resources. We're in trouble. Fuel could be a problem. Why are you not running? Because you're full. And you were full because light oil was full, and light oil is full because steam is full. So you need to come off auto balance. That's what that tells me. And we probably need to, it's 48, upgrade this pipe. Let's see what happens now. We also might need to turn on the second power plant. It is getting pretty full too, so... Oh, not enough maintenance. Okay, and you are set the priority that way, and you're set with priority that way. And you're just not getting enough coal in. Alright, anyways, we will keep an eye on things. I do have a feeling that it's just the amount of work we've set the base off to do. So once these upgrades all finish, the trucks are starting to settle down a bit now. I might have to run some priority works off of the steel box to make sure that mechanical parts get filled in first. That's going to be it from me. Till next week. Say good day, T-Bum, for me. Bye.